Hello and welcome to Talking on the Couch, the weekly podcast where we talk about random stuff from around the world. This week's theme is phobias. Now, we normally do laws and facts, but this week we decided to shake it up a little bit. So we're going to be talking about phobias, and I think Sporker's got some celebrities with phobias. And then at the end,
Yeah.
we'll be doing our tech news. So remember to subscribe to our other channels. So we've got Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Music, where you can listen to this podcast, or you can watch the video on the Spotify or the YouTube. So hit a subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We've also got TikTok, Instagram. We've got Blue Sky. We've got the YouTubers I've just mentioned. What else have we got, Spork? And join us on the Discord. The
Discord.
the link that you'll find is on every single one of our videos that we post. Throughout the week, we'll post little snippets of these podcasts just to get people interested in them, really. Right, without further ado, Sporker, you've got some phobias for us.
I've got some phobias for us.
He's got phobias, the underwater phobias.
Okay, my first phobia is anatidiaphobia.
Anatidiaphobia. For all of our viewers, by the way, we're going to be looking at phobias from around the world that either don't make sense, say around the world, like they're going to be, they might be pronounced differently.
Yeah.
It's just phobias that people may have had during the past or now or whenever. But yeah, anatophobia, was that, Spooker?
Anatidiaphobia. There's a lot of Latin in this.
Anatidia, yeah, it is Latin, and the first, I'm not going to say what it means, because, Spooker, go ahead.
This is the irrational fear that somehow, somewhere, a duck is watching you.
You know what's scary about these phobias? People must have had these fears in order to
somebody suffers from them for them to come up. And more than one person has to have, because if one person just goes, you just committed. But like a few people, it's sort of like, maybe this is a thing.
Yeah, that's it. So somewhere there's a duck watching.
Yeah.
But is it an evil duck? It could be a nice duck.
I'd say it's an evil duck. It has to be an evil duck.
But why would you be scared of a
I don't know.
It doesn't specify, does it? It just says a duck
it's just
is
a duck.
watching you. Like a duck somewhere just having a peer at you.
I think it's the way that it's phrased in the place where I seen it from. It's like somewhere, somehow, a duck is looking for you, looking at you.
Yeah, not looking for you. He's actually looking directly at you.
Yeah.
That's quite... But wouldn't it have to be in line of sight to be looking at you? Unless these ducks have...
Well, it's line of sight. It could be looking at the back of you.
It could be looking at your CCTV in your house.
Yeah.
Or through your webcam. There's a scammer duck.
A duck sitting on your office chair looking at your CCTV.
Who do you think makes these
And then you go into the room where your office desk is, and the swivel chair is just spinning around, and like there's a feather floating to the ground.
Aha, Mr. Spoker. I'm just imagining there's a duck in one of those scammer centres somewhere, and it's the ducks that are ringing you, not the scammers, just watching you through the webcam. I've got access to your webcam. That's not what I'm not going to do the accent if they sound like, because I may come across.
No.
Yeah.
God
we
damn
all know
Russians.
what I mean, though. Let's face it.
Yeah,
we all know what I mean. But yeah, there's definitely a duck somewhere watching us. So I can't imagine. Is that why some people like duck hunting season in America? Because they all think that
probably
ducks are watching them.
But would you be able to go hunting them for fear that a duck somewhere else is watching you hunt the ducks?
Oh, there could be another duck watching you hunt the duck. Oh, that'd be... You'd start a revolution, wouldn't you? There'd be ducks after you. They'd have to get the National Guard in.
Yep.
Trump's going to be fuming over that.
Yeah. Ice. Get ice.
Right. So, yeah, that was Sporker's... Do you want to say the name of it, Sporker? How good you are at pronouncing it?
Anatidiaphobia. I pronounced the easy bit wrong.
No, I think it's
Anatidae. Today.
Yeah, something like that. Anatidiaphobia, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And what was it? Sorry, what was the actual phobia?
The irrational fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you.
That's such a strange phobia to have. It's so precise as well.
Really bad.
Forget the murderers. Forget the like mortal enemies that are going to come after you and the stalkers. You're going straight for the duck. It's just...
Quack.
So, my, my phobia, not my phobia in particular, but
Yeah,
this
we all know
one,
your phobia.
oh God, I'm guessing you're going to mention that next because you're a pig.
No,
Uh,
I'm not.
no, you can
No.
do, I don't mind. But right, my one
We'll
is the
mention it at
one.
the end.
Yeah, that's fine. My one, which I can't pronounce, is ornithosclerophobia. I sounded like I had a stroke while reading that then.
Yep.
It did sound like I had a stroke, didn't it? What is it?
Hmm.
Ornithosi. I can't say.
I don't have that on my
Or
list, so.
ornithosclerophobia. Basically, it's the fear of dinosaurs. So there's somebody out there, or multiple people out there, that are currently terrified of an extinct animal.
I bet they're flat earthers.
Well, yeah, because that'd be would that be lizards? There'd be lizard people they're scared of, not the not the
No, because
dinosaurs.
they probably think that we evolved from dinosaurs. Like,
Can you imagine these people with that phobia watching Jurassic Park?
oh, that would be hilarious.
Sorry.
Especially the later, like Jurassic Worlds and stuff, where the dinosaurs are interacting with people, like in like
Oh God, yeah.
populated areas.
There's only one person on the planet that should have that phobia, and that's the geezer that was sitting in the toilet in the first film. He's the only one that should have that phobia.
And
You know
Jeff
what I'm saying?
Goldblum.
Yeah, I suppose he's no. I think he's got over his phobia of dinosaurs, considering
He
he
nearly got
went
his
back.
legs
What?
ate off by a Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, but he kept going back. Like the first time I'd understand. The second time you're going, hang on, mate, don't go back. The third time you go, what are you doing? You're just asking for trouble now, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's just. And each time he's like, oh no, don't do it, and you're putting yourself in that situation. Do you remember the? I don't know if you would have had it in Ireland. Used to be a documentary called Walking with Dinosaurs.
Yeah. There's a
Do you
famous
reckon they watched
documentary
that as
about it.
kids? Like it was watching The Exorcist or something, just
Yeah,
hiding behind
probably.
the sofa. Ooh,
No!
it's it's a bronchosaurus. Ah.
Get the pterodactyl away from me!
The what?
I always call them pterodactyls because I think having letters like P and T and just dropping the P as a silent thing
I
is
was thinking, what the hell
just
you
don't
said
put it in
then?
there.
Was it a pterodactyl that you
Yeah, but
meant?
I always call them pterodactyls.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
I
sense.
pronounce lots of I pronounce lots of silent letters. Like if I'm talking about like a knight of the realm, I always call them Kniggets.
You, okay, yeah, yeah. I genuinely thought you said something else then, and I got terrified for a
No,
second.
Knigget.
Whew,
Knigget.
whew, whew. Not another podcast, Booker. Not another
Yeah,
podcast.
no, not even
um,
off a podcast, Lance. I
but
wonder is
yeah,
there a phobia for that?
I bet there is. I bet there's a
Yeah, it
phobia
probably
of
is.
podcasts somewhere. I did see a
Yeah.
book once of all the different phobias, and I just thought, no, that's going to be useless. I've got to get my face
There's
now.
a no, there's a resource online. It's the phobia dictionary or something,
Yeah, that would make
or
sense.
the
I didn't
phobia
look at that.
encyclopedia. I
Yeah,
didn't look at it myself. It's just one of the links that I clicked for one of the phobias brought me to that page, and it's just a search. So you search for fear of like whatever, and it'll come up and it'll give you the word for it.
I wonder if somebody's got a fear of penises. Well, lesbians, I guess, but anyway.
Yeah, it's like all of them.
That's not true. They don't have a fear of it. In fact, most of them
They
could
might
probably rip yours off, to be honest, if they really wanted to. I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they're very friendly
because they're
people.
afraid of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because they're
Well,
afraid of them.
I don't think they're afraid
Yeah,
of them. I think they're just not interested in them.
I have. I have never actually questioned a lesbian about their preferences for peni.
Well, I think they're just not really into them, to be honest. I just, yeah, I think they
They're
just don't really
indifferent.
care. Anyway, that was that was ornithophobia, the fear of
Yep.
dinosaurs. If you do want to know what that one was, I did read it out earlier. I'm just not going to try again. Spooker, your next
Yeah, just
phobia
my next phobia is barophobia.
is what?
Barophobia.
Okay, what's that?
It's the fear of gravity.
The fear of gravity.
Yes, the fear of
Do,
gravity
do those people know that gravity is exerting its pressure on them right now?
at all times.
Yeah. That's what I said,
Yeah.
right now. Not at all
Yep.
times. If they were to go up in a spaceship.
How many people do you reckon have like phobias, like a fear of gravity? Do you reckon are training for like fucking NASA lands?
Quite a bit, I reckon. I reckon, if there's one job for a person that's got a fear of gravity, it's an astronaut. Like,
Yep.
that's
Go
the
sit up on
ultimate
that
job
space
for them.
station.
Well, there is gravity on the space station, just not very much. They've got like
Very
slight
little.
artificial gravity, yeah, and they're not actually
There's like
completely
less
out.
gravity than the moon, isn't there?
Yeah, well, they're not completely out of the Earth's gravitational influence,
Yeah.
so they do have a little bit because they're just like in the upper parts of it. And yeah, you still have the sun's gravity. That's why the space station is always moving because it gets itself into an orbit where it basically goes so quick that it goes round the planet and it's constantly falling into the planet.
Yep.
So that's why it's going round and round and round. Take that, flat earthers, you dicks.
And related to our conversation last week about space,
Oh, that was space.
if it if it was a geostationary orbit, it would have to be much further away from Earth by law.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
certain
no.
distances that you're allowed. Yeah.
A geostationary, so a locked orbit.
Yeah. So if
You'd
it's in
have
a
to be
fixed
closer to
location,
the. You'd have to be
no, if it's
closer
in a
because satellites are in geostationary orbit and they're below the space station.
they're not
The
apparently.
ISS. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't think they are.
Are satellites above the ISS? Because I'm sure satellites. I'll put satellites.
I'm sure AI will figure it out.
Yes, the vast majority of artificial satellites in orbit are higher than the ISS. So what's the pissing point of it
Yeah.
being up there then?
Because they
That's
have
useless.
because they have to be out of gravity. Like, because they'd have to be spinning so fast around the planet to keep them up in the air if they were closer.
Well, yeah, because you've got centripetal force, but
Yeah.
well, that's if they were attached. It'd be centripetal force.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. If they were closer to the Earth, if they were stayed stationary above a point on the Earth, the gravity
Yeah,
would
they'd
pull
have
them
to be
in.
going at some speed, considering doesn't he have travel at like 76,000 miles an hour?
Something like that. Yeah.
I didn't actually put geostationary out.
No, there is a line, like a certain amount of kilometers above sea level. That's where all the geostationary stuff goes. All the stuff that's orbiting the Earth goes at a different level, and so on and so on.
It would make sense. Yes,
Yeah, but they have to
geostationary.
organise it. You can't have one thing staying stationary and then the space station going around at like 40,000 kilometers an hour and just slamming into it.
And just the maths on this doesn't make sense. So geostationary satellites orbit between 35,800 kilometers an hour to. Oh no, it orbits at 22,300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. How fast does the Earth spin? Because it'd have to be going quicker than the Earth, wouldn't there?
They'd have to be
Oh
going
yeah.
at the same speed,
I think the
basically.
Earth is moving around the solar system at 76,000 miles an hour, something like that. Then,
Could be.
because
I
it's
don't know.
rotating at 1,040 miles an hour, so a satellite is going twice as quick as it. So if the same speed, if it was on Earth, it'd be doing 12. But we're doing some mad education shit right now, aren't we?
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know.
Ding!
Yeah, it orbits the Earth. I wasn't far off. 67,000 miles an hour. I just got
Mm.
the 6 and 7 the wrong way around. I remember reading
Yeah.
it somewhere, and that's what it's sticking to me. Right. So, what phobia was that, Sporker?
Barophobia, the
Kicked.
fear of gravity.
That's an
So if you
strange
want,
one.
if you want to have a fear of gravity, go live on a satellite dish
Yeah, you're
in
well
space.
out of. Well, you're still being gravitational influence there, I think, as well. Actually.
Not very much at all if the satellites stay up there when they're just
Well,
staying.
I think the minute you start floating up in space, you're going to think you're outside of gravity, but
Yeah, your
you're
your
not.
fear will be lessened.
Well, do they know that even if you go to space, you've still got the gravity of the sun, you've
Yeah,
still got the gravity of the Earth pulling on you as well. You have the gravity of the moon because there is gravity on the moon, just not
yeah.
very much. So you'd have to what's called a Lagrange point,
You
which
know,
is
I
where
think we're not really belaying their fears a lot. Like they've now just realized that the entire universe there's gravity in it,
Yeah,
so
pretty
there's
much, and
actually
everything's
no
moving.
there's no escaping it.
No, because we're all going round the centre of the Milky Way, aren't we? Sagittarius A star. So then you're
Yeah.
still in the gravity of that. Um. Anyway, yeah,
And then if you weren't in the gravity of that, you'd be in the gravity of another star.
yeah, pretty much. That's God. People just scare me.
Hmm.
There you go. That's a phobia. Lonesophobia, the fear of everybody. That's got to be
There
a
is a
phobia,
thing for
actually.
fear of everybody. There is.
What is the fear of
I
everybody
know
called?
deepnophobia is the fear of dining with others.
Right, it's anthrophobia. And
Huh.
anthropophobia is the fear of everyone, of people. Just I'm not using that as my little phobia, but
No, no.
hey ho. Right, shall we move on to the next phobia? Because
Yep.
we are doing this
What's your
podcast
phobia?
quite quickly, actually.
Yeah.
So far, you wait till we get to the news. Uh, right, so I'm just looking through my list. I'm gonna go with tourophobia or tourophobia, however you want to say it, which is Spooker. The fear
What is it,
of.
lads? What is it?
Well, I was about to tell you, you rude bastard. Don't
Tell
want
me
to tell you
now.
now. Don't want to tell you now. I bet you're terrified of that, aren't you?
Okay. Yep.
It
The
is the.
fear of the unknown.
It's that is a phobia, but they're called something else as well.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I can't remember what it was called though.
it is the fear of cheese.
Jesus.
These people must shower every 10 minutes
Yeah.
because if they look down and they see cheese,
Yeah. And they can't go into the dairy aisle in a supermarket.
no, because the cheese isn't in the dairy aisle.
Why would the cheese not be in the dairy aisle,
I
Lance?
kid you not, cheese is not in the dairy aisle by me.
Well, it
Cheese
should
is
be
near
because
the
it's
Nope, cheese is near the door on the way in, and the milk and butter and yogurts and all that sort of stuff is at the other end of the shop.
like milk, yogurts, butter, and
Yep,
cheese.
yeah,
They're the
yeah.
four dairy products. Why would they not be all together?
Nope, they put cheese in its own little section down the bottom, next to the coleslaw, actually,
Fucking English.
which is technically also a dairy product, since it's got egg and cheese in it. But but yeah, and mayonnaise. It's yeah, but what? There's, I can't get my head around where these. How the hell do you end up terrified? I can understand if you was a child and someone tried to murder you with a block of Stilton, let's say.
Yeah.
Then you might be scared of Stilton cheese. But to be scared of all cheeses,
You're scared of cheese. Unless you got locked in a cheese factory or something overnight or
it
something.
gave you an irrational phobia where you're just terrified of cheese. But I just
Or
don't understand.
or you nearly slipped and fell into a vat of melted cheese or something. I was
But
like,
no, but
ah!
then you'd be scared of milk, not cheese.
No, melted cheese,
I
not milky
melted cheese,
cheese.
but that'd probably
Yeah.
burn your face off.
Exactly why you'd be bloody scared of it, Lance.
Yeah, well, you would be scared of it, yeah.
I'd be scared of it as well.
You sounded like such a farmer then. I'd be scared of that cheese too. I got loads of it in my combine harvester. Anyway, I just don't understand. Like, how do these phobias even form?
I don't know.
Like, some I can understand in some things. Like, you can have significantly, and Alex, when you do the phobia we spoke about earlier that you're going to say at the end, the next one won't be the end one, by the way, 'cause I'm just looking at the time. But I can understand some phobias and how they arise and stuff like that. But other phobias, look, such as the fear of cheese, even if you choke on cheese, but then somebody does the Heimlich maneuver or whatever, and you spit it back out, you
Yeah.
still wouldn't be terrified of cheese. You'd go, "Oh Jesus, that was lucky. Oh
Yeah, you'd
bloody
have a
cheese
fear of
fighting back."
choking or something.
Yeah, but did, maybe you was 6 months old, and the Voldemort of the cheese world came in and just bludgeoned your parents to death with like a cathedral city. Just rammed it in there, just smacking them, smacking them. But all you could see, because your eyes hadn't properly developed, was the cathedral city.
Yeah.
So as far as you're concerned, that cheese has murdered your parents. Then you might
Or
be
maybe
terrified of
getting like
cheese.
stuck in the hole of a Swiss cheese or something.
That'd have to be some really big cheese, like Edam.
Yeah,
that
you know
sort of
they've
thing.
got the holes in them.
I don't think you
I'm not
get
sure if
stuck.
Edam has holes.
I thought you did. Oh no, does it? Yeah, I'm sure Edom does.
Does
Give
it?
me a second. I'm going to look it up. I'm so
I
glad.
know the likes of Gouda has holes in it.
Sure, Edom's got holes. Oh no, Edom's no holes. I can't remember which one I was thinking of in my head then. There must
Gouda
be.
would be a similar cheese to
There's lots of cheeses with holes in.
yeah.
Mainly the cheese after Mary's had a nibble on it, and then she put
Yeah.
it back in the fridge and left me to make a sandwich with holy cheese. Um,
You should get her if she wants to nibble on the cheese to nibble it into the shape of a slice of
if
bread.
she wants to nibble it on the cheese, she can go in my pants. And
Ew.
couldn't resist. Couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Um, I can't fathom it. I really can't. I love
No.
cheese. I'm vegetarian. I couldn't go vegan because I love cheese too much, and the fact that you're not really hurting the cow with
You could
cheese.
get cheese replacement cheese.
You can get goat cheese. You can get
Yeah, but
batch
if you're
cheese.
vegan, you wouldn't be eating any of them cheeses.
Have you tasted vegan cheese?
No.
So
Why
I
would I
mean,
want to do that?
exactly. As someone that is vegetarian, as you fully are aware.
Oh yeah. I just have problems with vegetarianism and veganism in general.
No, I've got no problem with them. Like, I don't like the ones that go, "Oh, meat is murder. You should stop eating." If you want to eat meat, your choice. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Eat all the meat you like. There's plenty of meat in people's pants, so it's fine. Eat them all. It's fine. Um, don't get in people's face. Don't thrust your views onto somebody else and stuff like that.
What, your
It,
meat?
yeah, yeah. Don't thrust your meat into somebody's mouth. It's just not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
It's
go
just not on.
down well. But it's when, like, I'm vegetarian. If someone says what's nicer, the vegetarian corn roast or a full chicken, I'll say a full chicken because it is. Vegetarian food is not as nice as meat
No.
food because I did eat meat at some point, especially your mum's meat and your dad's meat at the same time once.
Yeah.
Um, but I do think that normal meat and stuff like that is more tasty than vegetarian food. It's just the way things are. So when they say, "Oh no, it's just as nice," this alternative, no, no, it's not. It's
No,
really,
you
really
see,
not.
I'd go if I was like a producer of vegetarian stuff. I wouldn't be going like, "Oh, let's have some vegetarian chicken or let's have some vegetarian style beef style vegetarian stuff." I just go completely with like these are just vegetables,
They're not
you
vegetables.
know?
It's not made from vegetables.
No, but you know what I mean? Like I'd say what it is. Like say if it's like lentil nuggets or something. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say,
like
"Oh
if
yeah,
it's made
these are
from
like
beans and it's soybeans and mushroom, I think is the two main things that are
yeah, they
vegetarian.
used to sell like soybean and mushroom burgers like in Tesco
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like,
Did you know?
but that's what I'd say. Like, I wouldn't say like this is pretend beef. I just go, this is a soybean and mushroom burger.
Well, did you know, Booker? Did you know that to make vegetarian food, you actually kill far more lives than what you do by
I did
making
once.
livestock food?
I did. I
Because
can't remember the statistic,
no,
but
neither can I.
per acre of field of farmland for all of these things like the lentils and like the soybeans and stuff, they have to be completely pest free. Like there
Yeah,
can be absolutely no life in that field other than that crop because every animal likes eating that crop apparently. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
has to be
They all go for
completely
it.
bare of any life forms other than the plant and
Yeah.
just the
So,
thousands upon thousands of lives
do
that's
you want to see
killed
what? Right.
every day.
I'll read what Google's just said. Jesus Christ. So remember, all life is sacred.
Yep.
While exact, universally agreed upon figures are impossible to calculate due to the scale of global agriculture, research suggests that trillions of insects and billions of small field animals are killed annually to produce plant-based food, primarily through pesticides using whatever that tiling and harvesting. It is estimated, Jesus, it is estimated that 3.5 quadrillion insects are harmed annually on the U.S. farmland alone.
Yeah.
That's just
At least when I kill
3.5
it, at
quadrillion.
least when there's a cow killed, it's actually used for something.
Yeah. Yes, well, I
Like
suppose the bugs are
my
going to be.
enjoyment.
Surely then the other bugs would be looking at this field, going, that's just a graveyard. I'm not going over there. That looks
Yeah.
like it could be
And then they go and
very.
they're blaming like global warming and stuff for the destruction
Bees
of
and stuff like
insect
that.
life and stuff. And I think, no, it's not. It's vegans that are killing them all.
It's vegans and I am vegetarian.
Yeah.
Screw the planet. It's
It's
fine.
not even necessarily vegetarians because vegetarians eat other stuff that's not as strictly controlled.
Yeah, like we eat cheese and we drink milk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I hate going into a bloody restaurant, and this happens quite regularly because Mary eats fish. She's not strictly vegetarian; she's
Yeah.
pescatarian. And they always go, I'll go, oh, sorry, I'm vegetarian. Have you got a vegetarian menu? Have you got what's vegetarian on the menu? And the first thing they'll go, oh, we've got fish and chips.
Or even worse, what have you got that's vegetarian? Fucking chips and salad. Now fuck off, you don't like it.
It's just, I went to a restaurant once, and because basically they said, oh, we've got a veggie burger and chips, and I said, oh, what are the? Because I didn't trust this restaurant where he was. I said, what are the chips cooked in? And they went beef fat.
Yeah.
And I
A
said,
lot of
what's
chip
the?
shops are still beef drippings that they cook their
Yeah, we
fries
have to
in.
ask before we go into
Yeah.
chip shops. But I just thought to myself, what's the point of a vegetarian burger with chips that are cooked in beef dripping?
Yeah.
There's just where's the logic in that?
There wouldn't be in most of our restaurants and stuff over here. They wouldn't use beef dripping for chips. They just
they,
fry them in oil.
they don't use it very often, especially now. But this was when I was
Yeah.
younger, because I've been vegetarian now for 21 years. Well, 20 and a half roughly. But God, that's why I'm so sick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just get a bit of meat into you.
so that one was that phobia. Let me just get it back up. Get it back up. Where's it gone?
Yeah.
That one is turophobia, the fear of cheese. Go on, Spooky, you can say another one. Just
Okay.
how long are we on? Yeah, you
This
can.
is a brilliant one. This is a recent phobia. Well, a recent enough phobia. It's talophobia.
Oh, this one's amazing.
Talophobia is the fear of anything Taylor Swift related to.
Say no more.
Taylor
I
Swift
agree with
related,
it.
like songs, merchandise, photos, even her voice would scare people of that phobia.
The voice. She comes on the radio and you just crash the car down the motorway. Oh, it's Tay again. That's it. Can you imagine if you're deaf like me, and someone says, "Would you like a cup of tea?" But you think they say, "Would you like a cup of tea?" You go, "What? Say what? No." It's Jesus, Taylor Swift. Like, I know a lot of people are into Taylor Swift. She's not my type of music, but she's done extremely well for herself. Can't
Yeah, you
fault
can't
her.
go against the Swifties.
Yeah, I know. No, she's done really, really well for herself. So I'm not going to say she's a terrible singer or anything like that because there's
Well,
obviously a
she's the first,
demographic for her music. So she's
the
obviously got
first
talent.
she was the first musical artist that was a
Yeah,
billionaire, isn't she?
yeah, Georgia. So she's obviously got talent. There's obviously a want for her. Like, fair
Hmm.
play to her. She's crack on. Like,
But just
whatever.
remember, Taylor, there's people who are so scared of you that they've named a phobia after it.
Yeah, but I reckon what's happened there is
I'm
somebody.
addressing that to Taylor Swift, by the way, and I wouldn't imagine that she will ever hear our podcast. So, but if
She
you
might
do,
do.
but if you
No.
do, cheers for listening.
I'll message her. I'll message her in a minute.
uh,
No,
just send her fire off a quick text.
I reckon what's happened is somebody was walking home from work or wherever they've been at. They've been walking home and they just happened to go past the Taylor Swift concert. And then all of a sudden, 100,000 people have come running past, all wearing
Yeah,
Taylor Swift tops. So all they saw is they got trampled nearly to death was Taylor
yeah.
Swift's stretched out face because someone's bought a shirt that's just too small. And then you just coming to 100,000 of them coming towards you. That's going to scare the shit out of anybody. Like, not
Yes, it
even a
would.
little bit.
Yeah, that's just like,
That is gonna traumatize you. So I can understand that one. Or maybe somebody has been kidnapped, locked in a room by a Tay Tay fan, and they've just played Taylor Swift over and over and over again. That's gonna do psychological damage.
But would that do psychological damage to you, or would that just like brainwash you?
I
Eventually, like you become the ultimate Swifty.
No, I reckon that will do you in. Like that,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure brain damage and psychological damage they're sort of correlated, really.
I think the sort of the music that I listen to compared to the type of music that Taylor Swift sings are so polar opposite.
Yeah. Well, you listen to like Iron Maiden and stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
So you're more like old school rock and stuff, whereas I'm more
Yeah,
thrash metal
I
and
got my, I got my age, my Spotify play age the other day for
I reckon
last
it's going to
year.
say 64.
53.
Adding a couple of years on. Um,
Yeah.
well,
53 is my listening age, which I think is
Jesus,
fair enough because,
you're not far off
I
that,
mean,
to be fair.
well, Iron Maiden are 50 years old, so, like,
I want to
and
see
it
if
would
my
be,
Spotify tells me my age. I don't think it does.
it was on that one at the end of the year. Do you know the way you get your yearly roundup?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would.
it's
Well,
in
I
that
can
bit.
tell. Like the bands I listen to with Mary is different to the bands I listen to. So I listen to Snow Patrol, Kids in Glass Houses, Funeral for a Friend, and then Linkin Park. That was the last four bands I'd listened to. But when I'm on my
Yep.
own and stuff, if I scroll down a bit, I listen to more thrash metal and whatever. So I've got Despised Icon. I'm just trying to scroll down for recent. Where's recent? Despised Icon, Mastodon, Alkaline Trio. There's a new band, as December Falls, which are just coming around. Quite good. I've listened to them. I enjoyed them.
Hmm.
But yeah, I listen to much more heavy, in your face music. Brilliant band called
Yeah.
Protest the Hero as well, actually, if you ever get a chance to listen to them. But that's our music situation. So we do listen to very different types than Tay. But again, I can
Yeah.
understand
Yeah.
why people
I've
would
also
listen
gotten
to it.
into like sort of Norse music as well. I don't know, Norse
Norse
metal
music.
music. Yeah, Norse metal music.
Oh, okay. Did you know that Snow Patrol are Icelandic?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, they used to be called Polar Bear, and they changed the name to Snow Patrol and then moved country. They wanted to get out of
Hmm.
Iceland. But yeah, they're an Icelandic band. Biffy Clyro, Scottish.
I know why.
Because they were doing really crap in Iceland because no one listened to them.
No, because we know a guy who lives in Iceland. They probably wanted to get away from him.
Oh yeah, no, he threw himself in a volcano. Remember?
Yeah, that's why the trauma of that whole thing.
They've now got a phobia of people throwing themselves into volcanoes.
Bet it's a phobia.
Right. Okay, Google. Is there a phobia of falling into a volcano? There's not a specific one, unfortunately, but it does
Ah,
fall under the category.
Specific question, but according to phobia.fandom.com, volcanophobia is the fear of volcanoes or a volcanic eruption. This fear is mostly suffered by people who live near volcanoes.
There you go.
nice.
Did you hear what she said there?
Yep.
Good, because my hearing aids just completely cut out, so I didn't hear a word she said. Disconnect that. But I can see pyrophobia is the fear of being near a volcano. But
I
there's
thought that
no
was going to
actual.
be a fear of pirates.
What pyrophobia?
Yeah.
As in like pyrotechnics and stuff.
No, the fear of pirates, as in, Jim lad. You know, like
Mm.
pirate phobia?
Right. Okay, Google. What is the fear of pirates called?
On the website phobia.fandom.com, they say, piraticophobia, phobiapedia, fandom.
What? All I heard was
Piratiophobia.
yeah. I just heard something about fear of pedia, and I thought, hang on, that's something else in it. That's the fear of Ian Watkins and Rob.
That's the fear of nonsense.
Yeah, basically. Let's not go down that road.
No.
Anyway, yeah. So what was that phobia called, Walker, that you said about?
Tylophobia. The fear of
Taylorphobia.
anything related to Tyler Swift.
Right,
Tyler?
I'm gonna do one more, and then we can move on to your final one. I'm gonna do phobophobia.
Was that a fear of phobias?
That is a fear of phobia. Well, it's scared of being scared, which surely in turn should make you scared.
Yeah, is that
But
not just a vicious circle that's just going to end up you having a
yeah,
heart attack?
that's gonna leave you in a corner, rocking backwards and forwards, isn't it? That one. Like you'd be
Hmm.
sitting there and you go, "Oh yeah, I'm terrified of being scared. Oh, that makes me scared. Oh no, that's going to make me more scared. Oh no." That's a very vicious cycle. That one.
Yeah.
That is. But again, how do you? How do you learn that you've got that phobia and then come out of it?
I don't know. I don't know how you cure
Alcohol?
a phobia like that.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, I do. About 5 bottles of Jack Daniels.
I
Then
don't
you want
know.
to beat it
Does
up.
Jack Daniels go out of date?
Yes. Well, yes and no.
Like
Basically,
an unopened bottle of it.
as a whiskey drinker, I know it shouldn't do. Hang on. Then, does Jack Daniels go out of date? Yeah, it goes out on loads of dates. No, it doesn't go out of date. But yeah, so it's the same with most whiskies. After a year or two, you shouldn't really drink them. The flavour disappears, and they once they've been opened. Once you've had a drink, you've got like a year or two to drink them. It won't really
Okay, it
harm you
says
that much.
unopened. Unopened remains good
Yeah,
indefinitely.
yeah, that'll be because it's the alcohol. Alcohol doesn't go off in that sense once
Yeah.
it's sealed because it's basically boiled before it goes in the thing. Um,
That's
I've
alright,
never
because I
what
found a back of it in the back of my cupboard the other day.
I'm not overly keen on Jack Daniels because I know that one is sterilised and stuff. But what I've never understood is because I drink proper whiskey for proper people, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Good
like a good.
Irish whiskey.
Me and Barry actually had a bottle of Jameson Stout not so long
Mm.
ago, and it was actually really nice. But it wasn't Jameson Stout; it was Jameson Stout whiskey, so it was stout like
Yeah.
flavour and stuff. But it was a really creamy, nice whiskey. We both enjoyed
Well,
it.
that's because Jameson don't make stout; they only make whiskey.
Do they?
Uh-huh.
But it's yeah. I'm not going to disagree. I genuinely don't know. I don't tend to go for Jamesons that much, but this bottle was given to me for Christmas or my yeah. But we drank it anyway. It's really really nice. But Jack Daniels is more processed whiskey. But what I've never
Yeah.
understood is
Sweeter as well. It's not as strong.
yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah.
It's a mixing whiskey as well. So when you put it in like your Coke or your Pepsi or
Yeah,
whatever,
like I'd like a
it's
JD and Coke. Like it's got a nice taste off it.
I have Pepsi Max with mine when I have Jack Daniels with just this aspartame, and it just makes it so unbelievably
Yeah.
sweet. But
Yeah,
what I've never
you need a full sugar drink really to mix with spirits, I think.
but no, because the aspartame is sweeter than sugar, isn't it?
That's what I mean. So it's not as sweet. Like
Yeah, so you've got to drink more sugar to make things less sweet.
yeah,
Good
pretty
old
much.
chemicals. But what I've never
Well, you
understood,
can't do it, Lance, because you're a diabetic.
that's true, that's true. What I've never
I can
understood
drink
though is
whatever full
proper
sugar drinks I
whiskey.
want.
Proper whiskey is made in a barrel. We know that
Yeah.
it's made in a cask. But surely then that's exposed to air and stuff.
Yeah, but
Like
it's
if
weird. I've
yeah,
seen barrel making before. They're actually pretty airtight.
no, because it has to be exposed to the air. That's one of the big
Yeah.
things with it. If you get like a Speyside whiskey or Tamnavulin or any Sky or Jaw or anything like that, the reason why they've got the taste that they do, and it's the reason why you get different tastes for different batches, is because it absorbs the air around it, and that's what gives it its flavour. And that's why
And the
they've
wood.
only aged over like 40 years and stuff like that. It's absorbing the air around.
Yeah. And the wood.
Yeah, you get your sherry cask and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it generally, I'm just talking. I'm not going to go deep dive into it, but yeah, it's the air
No.
around it and stuff like that, and that's what gives it its main
It's
predominant
a combination of
taste.
everything.
And then obviously the way it's actually made. Why is that gone off? It's fine. Right. So, but
I
then
went
it's
to a vineyard once.
ooh, bloody da! I went to a
Mm.
vineyard. Ooh.
I got so drunk.
That's always a good start to it. I went to whiskey tasting sessions and didn't get that drunk.
But it's not like because wine tasting, I just as an Irishman, I sort of am against the whole thing of taking a bit of wine, swishing it around your mouth, and then spitting it out. It's just like no, I can't spit. That's a waste. Think
You
of the
know,
poor starving children in Africa that could drink that wine. That's like grape juice. That'd be
if
one of their 5 a day.
yeah, it would
So
be.
I
You
just
know,
drank it,
what
and this particular vineyard done about like 40 different types of wines. Up at the end of it, I was on my face.
Yeah, makes sense. But you know, with
Hmm.
whiskey, it's the weirdest thing. You have a little shot of whiskey, and you spit it out. You have another shot of whiskey, swirl it round your mouth, you spit it out. You have another shot of whiskey, you spit it out again, and then you taste the whiskey. But before you taste it, you've got to cover one nostril, smell it, cover the other nostril while releasing the first one, and then smell it through your two different nostrils to get the smell of it and the scent, and that's when you taste it afterwards. After swirling it around your glass and bit to separate the flavours. And then some whiskies you put a drop of water or two in, and I mean the smallest amount of drop. And then you get absolute morons that go, I'm going to put ice in my really fancy whiskey, and then just water it down. Oh, you've started me off on a thing now, Squawker. What are you doing?
Did you know, Lance? Did you know that you can't breathe through both of your nostrils at the same time?
Yeah, you alternate between through the day to go to different ones. Your nose is two separate organs. Believe it or not. They're both connected.
But you can't breathe through the two of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I think is weird.
Yeah. I was testing them. Can you? No. Yeah. It's because they're.
And the more you think about it, the more you try and get it to do it, and you just can't. It's a physical impossibility.
You are right.
You end up falling over.
It's because it's two separate things on your face. It's not just one, even though we see it as one because it's arced. It's two separate. They both go to the same air path, but it's two separate devices. It's like your eyes. You can poke someone in one eye, then you won't feel it in the other eye because they're two separate things on your face. The more you know, Sporker, the more you know.
The more you know.
I saw that on QI actually about the nose. But yeah. So, who did the last phobia?
You.
Me. That was the phobophobia, which is scared of being scared. Right, Sporky, you do your last phobia, and this is going to freak me out if you're doing this one, but go on.
No, did you know, Lance?
Mm-hmm.
You know Steve Jobs?
Yes.
You know the way he always used to wear polo neck shirts?
Yeah.
Did you know that's because he suffered from a phobia called compoundophobia, which is the fear of buttons.
I read that one earlier, actually.
Yeah. There you go. Steve Jobs had a phobia of buttons.
Yeah.
I wonder does that extend to the chocolate buttons as well? Was he afraid of them?
Compoundophobia. Compoundophobia.
Compoundophobia.
Well, that would be... Right. I'm gonna see how you pronounce it.
I was sort of pronouncing the O and the U sort of the same as the way you pronounce noun.
Right. According to Google, it's compoundophobia. What the hell?
So cum.
Right, hang on.
Unophobia.
Hang on, I'm going to see if I can... is this going to be some idiot talking?
Yeah, sounds
15
like...
15 seconds, hang on.
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation.
So this is Julian's pronunciation guide.
Better some of the most mispronounced words in
He's
the world,
creepy.
like this other curious word, but how do you say what you're looking for today?
This is 50.
Phobia name pronunciation, meaning the fear of buttons, as in clothes buttons. Compoundophobia.
There you go.
Some may
That's how you
He
pronounce
can't
it.
even pronounce buttons properly.
I was thinking that.
Buttons. Fuck off. That's not how you say buttons.
Yeah, it's not. I don't trust that one. Normally you can trust speak on Google, can't you? But this one just...
some of them come up with classics though as well.
Jesus, don't trust that guy. Anyway.
Don't get a non-native English speaker to try and pronounce English words.
I think he was putting on an accent, or he was American.
He sounded French or something. He sounded like he had sort of a continental accent.
Well, his first word that it's on Julian's pronunciation guide is croissants, which he's pronounced it croissant. Anyway, it's a croissant.
Okay, and Mr. T-Hawk has just put on our chat on YouTube ablutophobia.
What phobia?
Ablutophobia.
Is that a phobia of what's that a phobia?
I don't know.
Of?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up now.
I wouldn't. Not if T-Hawk posted it. That's never good.
Okay, that's not too bad. Is an intense, irrational, and persistent fear of bathing, washing, or cleaning oneself,
That
resulting
explains a lot.
in avoidance behaviors and extreme anxiety. That's
What?
what's wrong with you.
What's it called?
Ablutophobia?
Okay, I don't completely agree with that because, and here's my logic behind it. As you know, I've got Asperger's.
It was pronounced properly.
I did that time. Asperger's is what I said.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
alright.
say Asperger's. It's Asperger's. As you know, I've got that, which is no longer actually a thing as part of ASD. But and when I was growing up, it was the feel of the water on my skin that I didn't like. So I
Okay,
naturally tried to avoid water on my skin.
nice.
I just never liked the feel of it. Like hot showers, I've never enjoyed. I do shower now as an adult because I know that personal hygiene is a thing. But I just
Sort of important.
and if it yeah, and if it wasn't part of my daily routine when I was growing up, I didn't tend to do it. So when me mum would say, "Oh, you stink, you little bastard," get in the shower, and I'd try to avoid it because it wasn't part of my routine and I didn't enjoy it because I just
Yeah.
didn't like the feel. It was the same as I don't wear certain clothing because I don't like the feel of the material on my skin, which I'm sure a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people are like
just
that.
that's not like a fear or anything. That's just not liking
That's
the
what I
feeling
mean.
of something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. So there is a people who try and avoid personal hygiene just because they don't like the feel of stuff, and people like me that have hypersensitivities towards certain things. I've got a hypersensitivity to touch. We try
Yeah.
to avoid that sort of stuff. So screw you, T-Hawk.
Yeah,
Don't you say I've
T-Hawk.
got a phobia when I don't have a phobia.
You weird little man.
Even now, I don't like the feel of water on my skin. I don't.
Cool.
I know that I need to shower, so I will, but I
So
just
you must so you must love living in England with the fucking rain and it.
Did you know, Walker? Did you know? When I was also growing up, because I lived so close to Birmingham Airport, because I lived in
Yeah.
Solihull, which is just on the outskirts of Birmingham and Coventry, and it's right next to the airport. I became allergic to rainwater because the rainwater had so much plane fuel in it. When it touched my skin, it went up in rashes and it went up in like red blotches and stuff. So when it rained,
Nice.
I had to go out with an umbrella and like a jumper and stuff on. It couldn't touch my skin. And I know that people
That's
do that anyway, but you know, like when it just
yeah.
you get a random
Normal
shower.
people usually go out in like a rain jacket or an
Yeah, but you know
umbrella
when
to stop the
you've got
rain
to
from
go out
hitting
and
you.
your face gets wet because it's absolutely pouring down,
Yeah.
or if it's just a random shower that just hits you, like it would hit your face, or it could, you know,
Yeah.
I was allergic to it, so I had to immediately find cover the minute rain just dropped out the
Mm.
sky. It was that's because of plane fuel and stuff. Um, but yeah, there we go then. What was that phobia? I want you to pronounce it.
Ablutophobia.
Oh yeah. God, T Hook's just wait. I like if you've got any other suggestions for our audience.
Yeah.
We've currently
Anybody
got
else who wants to give
yeah
us some suggestions?
yeah.
Yeah, T-Hawk. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one.
Oh God, let me see it. I can't.
It's the one with the really long word for fear of
Hold
really
on.
long words.
I'm gonna have to go to. I don't think I can get. I can't get the studio up.
It's on YouTube, chat.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't have YouTube chat without messing around with the TikTok live stream. Yeah, I
Right,
can't
I'll give it a
see
go.
it.
I'll give it a go. It's hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia.
Right, I've got it
It's
up.
the fear of long words.
It's a favorite long word. That's got to be one of the longest, right? What is it?
I think it's like the third or fourth longest
That's the
word in the
one you
English
actually
dictionary.
you mentioned that one earlier, didn't
Yeah, I
you, as
said it to
well?
you earlier on before we came on. That I said I'm not going to use that one in the
Hippopotamonstrosiquipedaliophobia.
yeah.
So
It was the one that I said I'm not going to do that because I don't want to have to try and pronounce it.
hippopotamonstrosiquipedaliophobia. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
think you
fear of long.
pronounced it right.
That's such a stupid one, though. That one. Like
Yeah, that's
Surely
just adding letters and fucking words to a phobia just to
that's
make
just
it really long
somebody's
on
played bingo
purpose.
with words, haven't they?
Yeah,
With letters and just thrown them into a bag and oh, there's a word. Or like the
sort of like
world's longest
Scrabble.
countdown. Scrabble. It's just
They
ridiculous.
just threw Scrabble tiles all over the floor and just went, yeah, that's what it's called.
It's like, why is dyslexia so hard to spell? It doesn't even make any sense. Don't put stupid words like that. It's like if you
Yeah,
want to
no.
talk about discrimination and enablement, surely those words are the ones that are going to screw you over.
No, because they made them words before any of those words existed.
How did they make the words before words existed?
No, I said before words like enablement and stuff existed.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Obviously, that makes sense.
Like
But
they made up them words and everything before like even health and safety. Like,
yeah. Makes perfect sense that. But yeah, I'm not going to read out that word again. Shall we move on to technical news?
yes, the technology news.
Technical news. Apparently, they've attempted to contact me on several previous occasions, but we've not received any response.
Who?
I love this because it says if your issue is not resolved today, all your data will be permanently destroyed on the 29th of January.
Like, they're going to
Destroyed.
take your data physically on floppy disks and they're going to bring them
They'll
out into their
destroy it
store yard and
with
they're
a
going to
hammer.
set them on fire in a bucket.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what's going to happen. I don't have the studio open. There we go. That is what's going to happen. They're going to destroy it. Interesting little divergence. Right, tech news. We've got 10 minutes to
Tech
do this
news.
tech news.
Okay.
You do the
So,
first one.
I'll do the first one. Okay, so Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp are to trial premium subscriptions from sometime in the future.
No, they've already
In the
got
coming
premium subscriptions.
in the coming months.
They've
Its
already had it
latest
since
experimental
2023.
paid. Yeah, but it's the set to trial new subscriptions for them.
Yeah. Which there'd be no ads and you get more AI and stuff like that.
And new
I,
offerings with new AI features and
Well, one of the things
yeah,
that gets me about this article is that one of the reasons Facebook became so huge and Meta in general became so huge was because it was a free social media platform. So you
yeah.
had MySpace, you had what was the other one
Bebo,
called? Bilbo. I was going to say
Bebo,
Bilbo.
Bilbo.
Bilbo. What's that?
Easy there. We're not taking the ring to Mordor.
Yeah. So yeah, you had Bilbo and you had MySpace and you had like MSN Messenger and stuff. And then
Yeah.
MSN introduced a paid version of MSN and suddenly it disappeared off the map. I don't even
Yep.
know if it's still active now, to be honest. But yeah.
What was it? MSN Messenger.
But have you noticed when doom scrolling, you basically, as you're going through, you're just bombarded with video adverts now, just constantly. After every other video, there's an advert, like a game advert or something.
Yeah.
Try this game now. Everybody's downloading this. No, they're not. It's it's just absolutely. I keep getting adverts for the game that we used to play, and as someone that played it for many
Yeah. I
years,
get that all.
I look at the advert and go, "That is literally
Yeah.
nothing like the game.
That's
That is just. There is no aspect of that advert at all,
Dog's
apart from
just
the
doing that on
theme.
purpose now.
What's doing it?
He's
What?
just he's just scratching his nails across his waterproof bed just to make noise.
Who is?
The dog.
I was going to say.
He's just like scratching the waterproof canvas on the bed.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't see why not. Luckily, I can't hear it at the moment. So
Oh,
one
you'll
of the
hear it
things,
when you're doing the edit.
see, Meta is actually in trouble from the Chinese government as well, because it brought something from China, and China have basically said we weren't actually supposed to sell you that, like you're not actually allowed to have access to it by Chinese law. So then
Cool.
Meta got in trouble for it, but surely that's China that should be. There we go. In January, Beijing said it would investigate the Meta deal to assess whether it broke Chinese technology export laws or national security regulations. So where was? Oh, because it bought Manus, which was a Chinese company based in
Yeah.
Singapore. So it
Cool.
bought Manus, and then China was like, nope, not supposed to have that because it's to do with AI data centers and stuff, and the way
Yeah.
Chinese companies use AI. And that's what this premium subscription is going to give you access to, like a more advanced AI. So basically, they're going to charge you for ChatGPT.
Pretty much, yeah. Which is a paid for service anyway. You can get the basic for free.
No, it's free.
Yeah, but you can get it. That's what I mean. But you can get a paid version of Chappy GPT.
How can you? I
Yeah,
don't use ChatGPT, so I wouldn't
which
know.
I don't use it. I'm not really mad into AI. Like I'll use it like to search Google for stuff, but like I'm not mad into like creating things or on
Yeah.
AI. I don't really have a reason to use it.
But in a
So
way, I'm happy that Meta are introducing that paid for subscription because I don't like Facebook. I use it to doom scroll, and you used it to send me 12 different reels at 2 o'clock in the morning. Or you keep missing the deadline time though.
I start at 1:30, Lance.
I know you do. I've noticed. That's what you do every single bloody night. So, but now that that's coming out, people are going to start not using it because they don't want to pay for it. It's big
Yeah.
because it was free. So to remove that from life, it's a bit ridiculous, really.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, that
in
was.
January this year, I assume,
Mm,
UK people in the UK are notified that a £2.99 monthly subscription to access ad-free versions of Facebook or Instagram.
and how much is it for you, Sporker?
We don't go in for any of that type of stuff. We just
Yeah, but
no, we're
how
not paying
much is
for
it
that.
for? How much is it for Europe then?
€5.99.
Yep. So with
Bullshit.
£5
No, it's
in
actually not.
English money.
That's not. No, that's a different thing. So, following an announcement in September, UK Facebook and Instagram users will be prompted to choose between paying or continuing to use the apps for free with personalized ads.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
EU customers will have a fee of €5.99 in euros a month for the same service.
Yeah, which is absolutely ridiculous. But it's the bit underneath that that really annoyed me because it's about the blue tick. You have to get
Oh yeah, that's
authenticated.
hilarious.
And I looked into the blue tick on Facebook. So if you do want to join our Facebook, please do, because
Yeah,
I would have to pay
we need
20 quid a
friends.
month. I'd have to pay 20 quid a month for it to push out our Facebook profile to one person a month.
Have you seen how much it is for like the ultra premium edition, like their highest level of subscription that you can do for
Yep.
the blue tick is like
Yeah.
€700 a year or something.
Yeah, that's for the business one. It's
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous just to say yes, it's me. But then
yeah.
people can claim to be you and you're not authenticated, which is their selling point.
That's
And I just think that's completely wrong.
yeah. I think if you're like a large business like that, you wouldn't really notice that £700 a year. Like that's fine. But
Yeah, but we're not.
no,
Right,
that's what I
moving on
mean.
from
Like
there anyway. I'm going to
yeah,
skip the adult one again
yeah. Because
because we haven't got
who needs
time
it?
for it. But sad news this week for UK gamers.
Oh, I
And
thought you were doing the adult
no,
one.
I'm gonna skip it. It's
Sad news.
sad news. The adult one was basically I can't say the word on this live stream, but
Yeah,
Adult Entertainment Hub is
yeah.
basically restricting its content from UK people because of stupid laws, which people just use VPNs to get around
I
anyway.
don't
And
think
lots
they're
of them don't
stupid
even.
laws. We've had this before. I think
I
it's a good law.
I think it's a good law taken out of context. I think there's so
Yeah,
many ways around it. They implemented it without actually finding a way to implement it. But
yeah.
anyway,
But
we're gonna do the other article.
yeah,
We don't need to
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about this one too much because we're running
yeah.
out of time. We've now gone over your pig. Right. So this is sad news this week. The store game is announcing that it's going into administration for the second time, which is not great. Now you were saying earlier, Sporker, that you don't have it in Ireland.
Yeah, they've been gone for years in Ireland.
Yeah, I think in
Years
2019,
and
something like that,
years.
they were bought by Sports Direct, and
It could have been around then, even earlier than that. They probably started doing it earlier when they were in financial trouble. That's why it was bought by
yeah, they
Sports
did.
Direct, because it was in financial trouble. So
But
they
the
probably shut down.
game
Yeah,
essentially was really good for second-hand games, but
yeah.
for its brand new content that was coming in, it wasn't that great. It was a very expensive store that you could find stuff cheaper elsewhere, like on Amazon and stuff. Even a number of years ago, you could find it cheaper elsewhere. But for second-hand games, it was great. They had special deals. But to be bought out by Sports Direct, two things that don't really mix. No gamer who sits there every day playing games with his pizza, with his drink and stuff, in his little gaming room, his little man cave, if you will, and wants to go through a sports shop to remind them how they're getting fat and ugly. They
In
don't want to walk
fairness,
through
though,
there to go buy the latest game.
a lot of people who sit in front gaming all day do wear tracksuits, though.
No, I know. You can. The
So,
tracksuit bottom's great, but
yeah.
whenever I went to the game store in Telford, I never really went past tracksuit bottoms. I went past running shoes and tennis rackets, and I
Yeah.
just thought I did used to play tennis when I was younger, quite a lot. But as I'm getting older, I just look at it and go, no. And the problem was as well, Game Store no longer was a game store. As you went downstairs, it was anime figures and
Yeah.
mugs and stuff,
They
and
start doing like
t-shirts.
GameStop, the way GameStop do it. Like they all the GameStop. Is GameStop still a thing in the
No,
UK?
believe it or not, it went exactly the same way before game. Before game,
Yeah, GameStop started coming out with their GameStop Plus stores over
yeah,
here, and it was
yeah.
basically they'd have the top 10 releases of games for each platform, and then the rest of it was just like crammed full of merch.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check this though. I think GameStop merged with Game over here.
Did they?
I think so. Did
Well,
GameStop?
GameStop lasted for longer over here than Game was gone before GameStop.
Yes, GameStop. What? Electronics broke it. What? Hang on. That's not what I asked. It's just give me something completely random with some bouquet thing. But
Boutique, Lawrence. There's a Games Boutique. That's how they marketed themselves. It was GameStop Games Boutique was what they were called over here. It was like the GameStop Plus was the one that I was talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, that's Electronics Boutique. That's what that's who they
Yeah.
were acquired by. Um, I'm just looking because the GameStop stores became Game over here. So your
Did they?
GameStop card, because I used to have one, you could use in the game store for a number of
Are you
like
sure it
years, for
wasn't
like
the other
2
way
years.
around?
It could have been the other way around. No, but it was definitely the GameStop cards could still be used in game because the
Yeah.
game was the one that stayed there over here, and the GameStops all disappeared.
No, GameStop was here up until recently.
Yeah, but they all just sort of fizzled out, didn't they? But it started to
I'd
over
say
here.
a huge problem with that type of industry, that type of game selling industry, is the fact that a lot of people just buy their games online, like digital content. They
Yeah,
don't
but
buy them on
I
disc much
like
anymore.
discs. I'm sorry, but I love a good big hard disc.
Yeah, but like kids these days aren't going out to buy discs; they're just downloading it.
Giggling to myself.
Like they
No, I
don't
know.
need a good hard disc.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the UK, GameStop doesn't have any stores, but we still have
Hmm.
game stores. Not for much longer. They're going into administration, but you get what I mean. So yeah, it was the other way round to Ireland over here by the sounds of it. But no, have you seen the GTA 6 is going to be around 676 gigabytes, something like that?
Yeah.
That's going to take up like the entire storage of a standard PS5.
Well, I've noticed that there's a huge push now, and the likes of Currys and all are like PlayStation. There's an official Sony external hard drive that you can buy for your PlayStation 5 now,
Nope,
which just looks like the PlayStation 5.
nope.
Is it not?
You can't use USB devices in a PS5 to play games off. They didn't make it compatible to play games on your PS5. You'd need to buy what's called an M.2 NVMe drive Gen 4 or above. Can't
Hmm.
use externals because I've got two externals that are now plugged into this place. You can play PS4 games from an external drive, but you can't play PS5 games
Yeah.
because the external just isn't quick enough for it. So if you want to play PS5 games, you have to have the NVMe drive.
Oh no, Seagate have a game drive for the PS5 that looks like the PS5.
They shouldn't do because you can't. It'd be USB. My
No, it would be
externals for the
USB.
PS4.
It's just one for the PS5, so it's just compatible with the PS5. Like,
I'm just looking at it now. It's you can if it's USB, it can't do it.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as what you were saying. Like
Yeah.
that, like you can only use it as a storage device.
Yeah, you can't put games on it. Well, you can put games on it, but you'd have to transfer them over to your PS5 before you could use them.
Yeah.
It's such a stupid thing. I know what you're trying to say. Um, I know what I'm trying to say too. But yeah, you have to use an NVMe. You can't do it any other way. Believe me, I tried. Like I say, I've got two externals, and they're one's plugged into the PS4 downstairs, and I've got one up here that I use for PS4 games.
I
But
don't have an
yeah,
external drive for my PS5 yet.
mine's only for PS4 games. It just saves space on the PlayStation. But I've also got a 2 terabyte NVMe external in here as well.
Yeah, but are Sony going to launch a hard drive that you can
You
plug in
can't do it.
externally into the?
USB physically doesn't have the speeds. In your PlayStation, I think it's USB 3.1. In your PS5, don't hold me to that. I'm sure it is there. But USB 3.1 ports do not have the read and write speed quick enough to play PS5 games because of ray tracing and stuff like that. I'm sure they're 3.1. They're the little blue ones, aren't they? What USB ports on the PS5? Because I think they're limited to like 2 gig. So you've got the Type C. Yes, USB 3.1 and USB C. USB C is 10 gigabytes a second, which is for controllers and charging. So it wouldn't be able to read and write data from it as quick. It's only for charging. But yeah, for the external USB external, yeah, can't do it unfortunately. Same as the USB A's. They're for the extended drive and stuff. They're the 3.1s and then USB C. So yeah, you'd need to have the NVMe because that can handle much more. That give me a second. How quick is a M.2 NVMe Gen 4? 7,400 megabytes a second of read and write. So it's because it's sequential reads as well. Yeah. So it is quick. Jesus, 7,500 megabytes a second. So yeah, it would be quicker than. Yeah. Anyway, right. We'll end the live stream there. I need to make sure I do this in the correct order as well. So give me a second. But right, thank you very much for all that have been watching. Will watch, possibly watch. We have been pressed back to continue. This has been talking on the couch with the theme of phobias and of course tech news. Remember to check out our other channels. So we've got Twitch, we've got YouTube, we've got Instagram, we've got TikTok, we've got Blue Sky, we've got Discord. So please do follow us on Discord as well, so you can have a chat to us. Remember, this podcast can be viewed and listened to on Amazon, Apple, and the other Spotify. And you can also watch it on YouTube as well. Not sure which ones have the videos and which ones have the just the listen, but either way, you're not missing much if you're not watching. It's just us sitting on a couch, just being fat lazy bastards. But yeah, I've been Lonesism, so enjoy whatever you're doing or going to do.
And I've been Sporka. Enjoy your week, everybody.